My dear scholar, we have reached at a point in history where the Islam and the Islamic principles were affecting the cultures of the Eastern countries as well as Western countries. So before we look into deeper how the buying and selling were going on, age of commerce, Muslims acting as a middleman, as a trader. Let's look first how the public administration or the civil administration before the business administration. Remember, business administration is only maybe 100 years old discipline. Earlier, it was more important the civil and the public administration, how the rulers and the governors were taking care of the needs of the society, their health, their education, their security, their safety, how it was being administered. So after the Roman Empire, we have reached at a point in history now, around, say, 700 AD, where we're talking about public administration and how it was evolving in the Arabian Peninsula. Because that's from where these principles of Islam emerged. Let's call it whole Arabian Peninsula. We start from Baghdad, we go through Makkah and Medina, all the way to Damascus, keep on moving to Palestine and Egypt, keep on walking towards Tripoli, Libya, all the way to Morocco. And towards north, include Turkey. So focus on the Arabian Peninsula and see how the public administration, the governors and the caliphs and the qazis, the judges, and how the treasury was being evolved, how the management was being done to take care of the needs of the citizen of the society. And again, please keep in mind, society was focused in cities. Muslim public servants, let's call them public servants, public managers. Muslim public managers, they did not ignore कि इससे पहले Greek philosophy or Greek administration, Roman philosophy or Roman administration, even Persian administration, what was the contribution of their knowledge in terms of administration? That's why Muslim public servants, they co-opted Greek, Romans, Egyptians. Egyptians को भी ignore ना कीजिए. वो Egyptian, remember in the time of Prophet Moses, their culture was quite old, older than even Romans. So Muslims were learning by employing them in their city government. And of course, the Roman bureaucrats. Because Roman, they learn how to govern the city government. So Muslims were aware, being a public servant, that how we can learn from these different types of administration. So that's why they were co-opting them. But at the same time, उनका principle ये था, Islamic principle ये था, कि leader or the public servant or the public manager or the head of the city or head of the city कहेंगे हम, head of the region, गवर्नर कह लीजिए आप. देखिए ना उस जमाने में गवर्नर ऑफ बसरा, गवर्नर ऑफ बगदाद, गवर्नर ऑफ काहिरा, इस तरह से city states were being run. But the Islamic principle of the leadership was that leaders are accountable to God. And not only God, they are accountable to people as well. A person can stand up and ask a question from the ruler. मैं किसकी बात कर रहा हूं? It's written in the history. Even the Western people learn from that kind of justice. I'm talking about Caliph Umar, Razillah Ta'ala. Even at his peak, and he was a best administrator. Even at the peak of his administration, a person can stand up and ask him, please explain about these resources which you are owning and explain how you got them, accountable. And then at the same time, mercy and justice was the principles of leadership, and they were important element of the governance. I like to mention here the name of Salahuddin, one of the public manager. He is known in the West, very well known. Sultan Salahuddin. They call him Sultan. In fact, the West only knows about two sultans. One Salahuddin, the other one from India, Tipu Sultan. But let's talk about Salahuddin. He is known in West as a pious, brave, generous, well-spoken in terms of communication, and master of all knowledge. आज कंपेयर कर लीजिए ना आप अपने मैनेजमेंट की थ्योरीज के प्रिंसिपल्स के साथ. Master of all knowledge. Isn't this what you're calling a dynamic capability today? Salahuddin. And read in history how he contributed to the management principles. Baghdad was known as a virtuous city. People were coming to learn from their libraries. Caliph Ali, Razillah Ta'ala anhu, who is known for his wisdom in East and West, he stated that there is a need for a systematic approach to administration. Systematic approach to administration. A systemic approach. So you're bringing system theory. He is the one who established the concept of treasury, an army secretariat. आज की जुबान में आप कह लीजिए GHQ. And the concept of trusteeship, जिसको वेस्ट में आज वो फाउंडेशन का प्रिंसिपल कहते हैं, trusteeship. And other institutions of public administration, many of them were established by Caliph Ali Razillah Ta'ala. And he contributed by his knowledge, by his wisdom, not only in the Arabian Peninsula, but since public servants from Greek, Roman, and West were hired, and when they were going back, they were taking these principles of public administration to their countries, to their societies in the West and East. That's how the principles of public administration of Islam were going north and south, east and west.